Like, everybody at my house eats so much cereal. Like, every time I go to the grocery store, they're like, Mom, get more cereal. Like, you guys live on cereal. Because I have a lot of young adults, and they do kind of live on cereal. But anyway, all right, let's talk about this. I know this was on just, I think it was actually last Sunday with David Venable, or anyway, one of those times that he was on in the kitchen, and this was hugely popular. So don't assume there's a whole lot of this left to go around. We've sold 21,000 sets. This sold out the one and only time it was on, and today is the only day in February where you'll get the 5 monthly payments, which is $4.40 a month on a credit card. It really just makes it so much easier. These were brand new in January. So, oh, hang on, let me get the colors. Here we go. Steel gray is what this is. So that's a little bit lighter than the graphite gray. Then we have the spearmint color. We have red. This is amethyst, beautiful purple. Then we have the clear. This is cobalt blue. This is called golden sand. And then we have the sage. Now there's a few more, and I'm going to take you up here. This is the cool blue. You can see that one, a little lighter blue. Here is the rose gold. And then I think that's it. There is supposedly a tangerine, but I don't see it. So anyway, all right, Patty, let's talk. Why are people buying these cereal keepers, or what else are they putting in here?
Mary Beth, you don't have to worry about the tangerine because you know Chris, she's a citrus girl. And you know what? Here's the tangerine, because if I didn't have this, she'd be like, where is the tangerine? Right. And you know what? These cereal keepers, you're getting 3 of them, Mary Beth. And you know what? They're 14.5 cups, so no worries whatsoever. Yeah. And you know what? I have the rollers for underneath the sink. I have rice in here. I have pasta in here. Who just eats one kind of cereal in their house? You've got pet treats, snack food, dog food. These are, you think of anything you can put in there. And I love that, Mary Beth, you show that they lock in place right there when you go ahead and pour them, no worries. And if you want to fill the container, Mary Beth, so you want to go ahead and fill it, you don't have to fill by that pour spout. You open up the whole entire container, and you know what? This is 14.5 cups. Remember, you're getting 3 of them. Yeah. And you know what, Mary Beth, for the new year, I was trying to be a little bit healthier. So I have a 15-ounce box of cereal here, and I just opened it while you're showing it, and I'm going to just go ahead and pour that right in there, and you can see, look at that.
That could almost take 2 boxes.
That's the end, and that's the 15-ounce one, and this is sad. Cereal is so expensive. I do not want to store it like this, and even your chips and stuff like that. Who gets their chips? Don't store them like this. Get it out of there. And you know what? I love it for your soups, your stews, your berries. These can fit right on the side of your refrigerator, Mary Beth. And you're showing them stacked up right there. This is perfect. Yeah. The uses are endless with you. What you can. And I love stacking.
You
that.
might have a pantry, like a vertical kind of pantry. They do stack because there's a little lip on each of these around the top so that it doesn't fall off, doesn't slide off. Like you said, a lot of baking things. Maybe it's going to be the chips and they come out of the bags instead of putting a little twisty on it. Here's those, you know what? And I'm telling you, my grandsons go through these, but so I buy them in that big, it's kind of almost looks like a milk carton kind of thing, you know, but it's not keeping them fresh, so I love to move it to something like this. Here's the soups. Now, can this go in the freezer like the other ones?
Yeah, this can go in the freezer like the other one, but we say if you go ahead and put it into the freezer, make sure you go ahead and leave room, because you know what? Liquids expand when you put them in the freezer. Right. So we want you to leave the room. But you know what? The romaine lettuce is like you have there, the strawberries that you have there. We love these because these are slender, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not taking much room. Get your lettuces, anything you buy out of those bags in the grocery store, even your Keurig and your granola bars, anything that comes in those boxes, get them out of those boxes, because you know what? You can see what's in there. And then you know what? You'll be able to eat them, every last drop. If you can see it, you'll eat that. And you know what? Who's that person in the house? And I used to do this all the time to my husband before LocknLock. Leave those couple little bags of crackers in the container and he couldn't see it, and it'd be like, he's like, who left the crackers? And he knew it would be me. And I'm just like, dear, I left you a couple. And I love that. You know what? You can see you're pouring it. It does not flap down the lid. It stays right in place. It's locked in there. So you know what? And your pet foods in here. You've got to have your pet foods going with you. You know what? And my daughter has a horse. I love these to put the carrots in here.
Yeah.
So again, you're getting 3 of them, and they're 14.5 cups each. So you know what? And get a couple sets, because you know what? Go to the bulk store. If you buy anything in bulk, you know what? You're getting more than 1 box of cereal, and the food is expensive now. The price of cereal.
The other thing that I like, and it's just a little thing, but the size of this is much easier to grab. And I don't have real big hands. So some things are almost too wide and I can't get a good lift on it. These, I can get my fingers around there and there's my thumb. So I can get a good lift on that. And it, you know, to me, it's like if you want your kids to use their, you know, get their cereal out in the morning like this, it needs to be able to be handled by a little smaller hands. Bigger hands, not a problem, but smaller hands, a lot of times things are just too big. And so it's nice to be able to have something that's easy to grab like that. Oatmeal. If you eat a lot of oatmeal, don't keep them in those big, huge containers, you know? Pour it into here. And the beauty of this is that there's some beautiful colors. You know, this is all about, we were talking this whole day, is really about spoiling your home or spring cleaning and a lot of sale prices. This is one of the ways to organize your home. Not only organize it, save time, because if you see it, you eat it, like Patty said. You save money because you don't have to, you know, keep running back to the store and rebuying and not knowing how much you have. But here are the colors. This is steel gray. Then we also have it in this spearmint color. It's like a teal. Here it is in the red. This is amethyst. This is the clear. We also have it in the denim blue. And then cobalt blue. I misspoke. That's the golden sand. Here it is in the sage, and there's 3 other colors. One is the cool blue, which is like a farmhouse blue. The other one is the rose gold, the pink, and then you, Patty, have the tangerine.
I have to have the tangerine, otherwise Chris would be upset if I didn't have the tangerine. And Mary Beth, remember with these containers, it's so easy to open, one-handed, no worries if you have problems with your hands. You can pour right out of them, and in every single lid is the silicone seal, and this is what makes LocknLock airtight and watertight. And you know what? You've got the big, huge opening when you want to go ahead and fill it. Yeah. So, you know what, Mary Beth, like you said, LocknLock, when we first started, it was about save space, save time, and save money. You know what? And that's what we tried to do. So we want you to save your foods and fresher longer. That's what it's all about.
And it's organizing your pantry.
It's organizing.
It's being able to see what you have. How many times have you picked up a cereal box to eat it or whatever, and you open up the top and the bag is wide open, and you look down there and there's about 2 teaspoons of cereal. You're like, who left this? You know, there's not enough to eat. You know, it's like, now, don't you love seeing how much you have? And so you know when it's time to rebuy. Or, you know, it's not time to rebuy it, you know? And that's just by looking in your pantry or in your cupboards, wherever you keep your cereals, you have them right there ready to go. And if you're like me, I mean, sometimes my kids are around and sometimes they're not because they're adults. And so, like, sometimes I can buy some cereal, and if a 2-week time period goes along that they're not home much, that's just sitting there then. So this keeps it fresher longer. Patty, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and say hi to Chris Prime for us.
Yes, I will. Mary Beth, I will say hi to Chris. She's on vacation, and you know what? If anybody sees Chris on vacation, just walk up to her and say, are you the LocknLock lady? And she'll talk to you.
She will, that's true. Hey, by the way, if you missed anything in this show, especially the 9x13 containers where you get 2 for $22 at a today-only price, check that out on QVC.com. Coming up next, we've got Rachel, who's going to take you shopping. Rachel Bosing. I'll see you again on Friday morning with Valerie Parkhill.
Hey, hi Mary Beth.
Hi, Rachel. What do you got coming up, Mary?